Title: What is the greatest regret in marriage? What few people dare to say. Introduction. There are afternoons in old age, sitting in a familiar house, everything is peaceful. No lack of food, no lack of a place to sleep. The children have grown up, life is no longer too hard. But inside there is a very strange feeling, not clearly sadness, not specific pain, just a sense of missing. Missing something that was once very familiar, but now can no longer be named. Many people only at this age suddenly ask themselves, what is the greatest regret in marriage? And there is an answer that very few dare to speak out. Part 1. The circumstances of a young marriage. In the early years of living together, everyone was busy. Busy working, busy worrying about the future, busy trying to become a proper wife or husband. Money wasn't much at that time, but it was easy to talk about. If there was a shortage, they said so. If it was hard, they said so. The two still sat together, discussing every little thing. Still asked each other if they were tired or not. Still felt the need for each other whenever one faltered. Then time passed. Responsibilities increased. Roles became clearer. Pressure grew heavier. There were things no longer discussed in detail as before because they thought the other person surely understood. Part 2. What few dare to say. Money in marriage is not always for children's education, for supporting the household, or for parents' medical expenses. Those expenses, no matter how heavy, people can still talk about. What few dare to say are the unnamed expenses. The frequent spending, repeated over and over. No receipts, no clear explanations. And no desire to be questioned. At first, just a few times. Then it becomes a habit. And then, it becomes a separate fund. There are amounts of money not just for spending, but to maintain a life outside the marriage. Not everyone has an outside relationship, but many people have gone through such a phase when they feel they are no longer listened to at home, no longer sincerely asked about, no place to express their very personal exhaustion. And somewhere outside, they find a different feeling. No responsibilities, no explanations, just being themselves for a moment. Money comes first. Feelings follow. Everything happens quietly. Those involved often don't call it wrong. They simply think, I need a place to breathe. But it is precisely those unnamed expenses that silently drain the last intimacy in a marriage. Part 3. The distance after unsaid things. After a while, husbands and wives begin to ask each other less. Not because they don't care, but because they fear asking only to hear an incomplete answer. Conversations about money become brief, disheartening, and evasive. No more big arguments, but also no more genuine sharing. Each person keeps inside a part of their own life, a part of the past they don't want to recall. When old age comes, sitting and looking at each other after decades of living together, many only then understand. Distance doesn't come from a big event, but from the things left unsaid while there was still time. The end. The greatest regret in marriage sometimes is not loving the wrong person, but living together for too long, yet letting the most important things slip away in silence. No one is completely right, nor is anyone entirely wrong. There are just some truths that, if spoken, would be too late, so people choose to carry them to the end of life. Thank you for listening. If these stories touch you, please subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying these very real-life moments.